Hey internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the Jongravesshow. And PlayStation 5 could eliminate the disk drive completely. Now, yes, there is a article about that talking about the death of disk drives, and pretty much is not anything new that you've heard so far, such as that this one is advanced and that it has all these brand new features in it, and that the disc-based market is dying out, and that digital is slowly taking over. The problem with that is, though, is that even though the digital market is taking over, and we've had this talk plenty of fucking times, is that some people still don't want to deal with the digital market because of one little simple fact. And PT kind of showed that off, or at least PT and plenty of other like PC only or digital only games kind of presented that to people, which is that if there is a game out there in which that you like, and honestly, not too long ago, I tried to go back on the PlayStation Store and try to find Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and even trying to find DLC for other games, and the stuff isn't on there. Like most of the stuff that like you want to find for PlayStation, for Xbox, for the eShop, for games out there which that possibly you could have downloaded like off your cell phone, those things are gone. There is no way to get those things back ever again. I mean, like, movies are forever. You will always find a movie in some way, shape, or form, like on the internet. Like, if that shit's on IMDb, you will find it. You will find clips, or you will find something of it. In terms of games, however, the problem with the digital market is the fact that for one, pricing is a problem for a lot of people, because I can kind of break this down again. Is that the reason why a lot of people, man, why they really don't want to have a download only console in their house, or a system that only you can play downloadable games on. I mean, having an emulator is one thing, but in terms of having a console in which that you only download games onto, for one, is memory. This thing has to have a lot of fucking memory, and also a lot of companies out there really don't want you to switch to actually switch the memory in your fucking console, because I do believe, like, back in the day, like that was something in which that they really didn't want you to do. Now, it's kind of becoming commonplace now because of the PlayStation 4, of how easy it is to like just swap out the fucking like to swap out the hard disk and put in like a 2 gigabyte or 4 gigabyte or terabyte or some shit like that. If you wanted to, you can do it. But like for like a download only thing, memory is a very, very, very important thing. Number two, a lot of people, they really love physical copies because of what I was saying earlier, of saying that if a game, if it does become rare, or like that they just swipe that shit like right off the PSN store or the Xbox store, I mean like the Xbox Live store or the eShop, you have no way of playing that game ever again. You know. Another thing also in which that I kind of worry about. Now, I know a few people like that, they love to throw up Steam and shit, or like that, they love to throw up like time sales for PlayStation and all the rest of this other stuff around like season times and everything. But pricing is a very interesting piece of information when it comes to some of these games online, because compared to going to a store or buying a game off of Amazon, you kind of have a set price in which that like you can either have it lowered down to, or you can do all these other things with it so that you can get it at a more affordable price. I don't really think that how some of this shit is, especially since I was kind of talking to you-know-who about this, Mr. Deshaun at the at Deshaun R Show, and I remember talking to him about that PSN and Xbox and the eShop on that Nintendo has, all of these are separate stores. I mean, like, it's not like that. I mean, like, it's not like on PC, the reason why Steam is the way it is because Steam has competition from other fucking companies, you know, like Yo Games and Origin and plenty of others. I look at PSN, and there's only one PSN. I mean, like, there are no branches in the PSN, like, market. I mean, like, there are no branches in, like, the Xbox market, like, going to the console anyway. And there aren't any branches in the eShop. So, if they made their prices and you own their console, they can make their games, like, any price they fucking want. I mean, like, the only real incentive that they have to lower their prices is the fact that if they price their shit too high, that people won't buy their fucking console. But I'm like, if they all are downloadable only, and all their games on there are just $60, $70, $90, or say $79, $99, and the price doesn't go down, well, now you have to buy a PC. But honestly, you do kind of look at that shit and say that some people are way more reasonable about those prices than others. But it's something to fucking worry about. Now, I'm not saying that they will do that, because that'd be fucking silly. But honestly, what I'm saying is that prices on those things, they can get a bit crazy at times. I mean, look at like a fucking Call of Duty game for like the Golden Edition for all the fucking, I'm gonna say, man, like, did you see the fucking Call of Duty like season pass? That shit is $50, which means that if you buy that game now, $60 plus another $50, the game is $110. I think it's also that on Xbox as well, and they are not changing that the fucking price. It is staying like that. So, you know, that is something to fucking worry about. But yeah, because of those reasons, I don't think that a online only, or at least like a digital only console will actually be a thing. Also, trading games, and also sharing games with friends. I mean, like giving your friend a disc and saying, here you go, try this game out, compared to you need to come over my house and play this game, sit on my couch and play this game on my console. You know, some shit like that, which really may not be a thing. Or even giving your friend your information so that he can go on, sign on to your name, and then download the game to his console so that he can play it, which is another thing which I think that PlayStation had actually cut out, because they cut out the file sharing. So that is something else to worry about. But until then, though, that is what I gotta say about that. Please tell me what you think about this down there in the comment section. I'll catch you guys on the next Jongravesshow Show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. And digital only console gaming, I see it has a future, but I don't think that it's really going to take over the way how everybody thinks it is, because they keep comparing it to music. And you really can't compare music to a video game, because music is just a sound-based medium. It's sort of like trying to compare film to that kind of thing. I mean, video games, they can be like films, but they're physical. Like, you control it. So really, you can't just say, well, this is going to be around forever, or that you can opt this out and just make it all digital, then it'll be okay. It's a little bit different than that. But that is what I say about that. I'll see you next time. I'm out.